Hi, in this episode we're going to be talking about the GVM budget slider. I got myself the 48-inch version. I didn't want to go with the 31 because on the parallax I don't find it enough distance to travel, right? So anyway, this is not a review. This is actually a tech support in a way for you to improve the slider because it does come with some problems, right? So the first problem that I want to talk about, for you guys that own this slider, you probably either experience some noise on the motor, which is quiet, it's silent, right? And also vibration coming from this motor that will transfer all the way to the housing here, all the way to this, to the camera, all the way down here, because they make the feet here is rather plasticky, and then all the vibration is transferred here. So in order to minimize the vibration, you will have to put this thing on a tripod, which solves the problem, and also of course a couple monopods here, one here, the other one there, because this is a very long slider, you don't want your camera to tilt, right? That takes care of a lot of the vibration itself, but that wasn't enough. I own a bunch of the fancy sliders, the silicone, the Cena drive, the shutter pod with a second shooter, the TLS time-lapse system, and also the Cena slider. I found this nicer because it is a budget slider. It comes out of the box when I have a corporate interview. All I gotta do is take this whole thing, it's already assembled out of the box. All I gotta do is screw this thing here, put the camera on, set up point A and point B, and there you go. The caster stuff is heavy. You gotta put the motor in there. This, I want something quick that in 30 seconds I have this thing running. That's why I bought this. So the experience that I had with this slider is great, but like again, the way they made this feet here, all the vibration is transferred there. So my friend, my client of mine also, he makes digital amplifiers, and this is what he uses for the bottom of his amplifiers. This is a very soft and gummy thing. This thing actually costs in excess of $20 or $4. I can't provide any description because I have no idea where he got this from. So in order to isolate the vibration other than being on a tripod, like again, when you put this on a tripod, you take care of a lot of, a great deal of the vibration. Now when you place on a surface like this, I don't care if it is concrete, glass on the floor, you're gonna hear noise on the motor, and you can see this in the footage. I actually put the iPhone in here. The footage on the phone was like this, right? So I was gonna return this thing until, like, I'm not gonna do it, and then I'm gonna disassemble this whole thing and try to troubleshoot this. So the first thing that you wanna do, I put this feet right here, and another two there. That takes good care of the vibration. Now the big thing there is, I tried to put this piece of rubber here. I found this at Home Depot. It's on a plumbing section. This is rubber, right? But it doesn't do anything because even if you put this rubber in between the thing here and this, the vibration is gonna travel through here anyway, so that's like pointless. And then I still experience vibration until it occurred to me. I disassembled the whole belt, everything, the motor, okay? And I solved the problem with the vibration and the noise by simply loosening the belt. I can feel all the vibration now. It's almost like an electric shock, If you guys didn't get shocked, I got shocked plenty of times, so I know what the electric shock feels like, but this all the vibration I can feel is being transferred to the belt because it's loose, okay? I don't feel almost any vibration on the rail. Before, this thing was like, it was audible, the sound of the motor. And when I put an iPhone here, because the cell phone is very sensitive to the smallest vibration, if I put the 1DX here or the 5D Mark IV, it doesn't really vibrate that much, but at 30% it was doing, the footage was like doing like this. It was crazy, right? And yeah, so I put even the iPhone there. It works at any speed, okay? So in here, the 98, the motor goes by frequency. So depending on the sound frequency it makes, that's what causes even more vibration, okay? So at 98 it was making a lot of vibration, and about 50% on a dot. I don't feel any vibration whatsoever, none. Before it was like this, okay? Just because I loosened the belt and I put some very soft feet here that absorbs all the vibration. Because if you take this off here, somehow you still transfer some vibration to the ground, and the motor gets about 15% louder, you know. But if you want complete silence, you have to mount this on a tripod with the two monopods. If you put this on the floor or on the ground, even concrete, glass, I don't care, there is vibration that's going to be transferred all the way down here. But again, with the belt loose, all the vibration has been now isolated from the belt. How much did I lose the belt? It was only 2 millimeters. I'm talking about 2 millimeters is this. It wasn't a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or whatever, but see, the belt is quite loose now. All it took me is to give a little bit of slack on the belt, 2 millimeters. Find a way to buy either a cell phone dashboard, anti-vibration, whatever you gotta do, man. As long as it is very jelly-ish, very soft. Now the problem is solved. Even with this on the table here, without this, I killed like 90% how it was before just by loosening the belt here. So if you have this slider, do me a favor and loosen the belt. You want to use metric keys here because the Chinese guys, they don't do imperial. So I think it's the size like 2.5 millimeters or something. The belt is right here. You want to just detach one side, right? And then we want to loosen the belt. Now I'm going to show you guys. So I'm running the motor at 100%. I don't feel any vibration, almost none. Just by loosening the belt, I solved the problem. Before, like I said, the 50%, 72%, 34%, something like that. At 32%, the vibration was like crazy. You can put the 1DX here, any camera they want to put in here, the footage will definitely suck with the stabilizer on. It was like total garbage. All I did was put this rubber feet in here. So I do the setup here when I place it on the table, and problem solved. You cannot hear the motor. Right here. And no vibration. Let's do 72% that I was talking about. Nothing, no vibration. You can put the iPhone here when you place a cell phone on this for a test, because the iPhone somehow is very sensitive to the slightest vibration. In almost any setting on the motor, the footage will look like this. With the stabilizer on, off, it doesn't matter. So by loosening the belt, just 2 millimeters, it took care of the whole vibration. Before I loosened this belt, I could feel the entire rig vibrating from the thing here, the rail, all the way down here to the feet. I could feel the vibration. Now I don't feel anything, but I can feel a lot of vibration on the belt. And a lot of people complain that the way it comes pre-shipped with the belt assembled, there is a slight curve here in the middle that will cause the footage to be not so smooth. But again, when you loosen the belt, this problem no longer is a problem. I don't feel almost any vibration here, and the motor, it's already silent. It got even more silence, you know. So again, all you gotta do is find something soft like rubber, like a cell phone dashboard, anti-vibration thing that might work. You fold it like this a little bit, right? And then you put on a, you know, do what you gotta do. But the most important thing is to loosen the belt, right? Now another thing that I want to talk about, this comes with the, this thread is a 1/4 20, and it comes with this. The threads from this, I mean, if you want to use this, you gotta buy a Manfrotto, because this Chinese stuff that comes with this unit, the threads are so thick, it does not fit the 3/8 here. It does not. You're gonna ruin the threads. And as a matter of fact, I ruined my rubber here. You can see like I got so pissed off. But this is the thing I'm gonna provide the link for. If you want a 3/8, you want to buy this from B&H or Amazon. I bought two for Amazon for less than $11, and you wanna do that. So this is rubber against rubber. So mine is already here. I bought two. All you gotta do is put this real tight here, and then you just screw this in here, which is the real 3/8 mount. Before you screw this in here, you want to hold this so you don't break so if you pull that way, you're going to put the other way here. There you go, put your camera in here, there you go. Now you guys probably wonder, if you want one of these sliders, where on the internet can you possibly buy a AC adapter that fits this thing? Because as you can see, the plug here inside is very thick, right? So the standard AC plug for most things that require DC jacks, power, is 2.1 millimeters inside and 5.5 millimeters outside. The one that you want is 2.5 millimeters inside by 5.5 millimeters. As you can see, it fits. So this allows you to change the battery without losing the memory, because if you shut this off, as you know, you gotta do the whole point A and point B again. So, and then you replace your battery, right? And then you gotta unplug this, because this is not designed to be plugged in the battery plus this, because it's gonna hurt your battery. This is sending current here that the battery is not supposed to be taking. So for a very brief moment, you just plug it in, swap your old battery. As you can see, the screen didn't go black. Put your other battery back here. Even in the middle of a shooting, middle of the interview, you can do this. And then eject that, right? Unless otherwise you just want to use the DC plug and remove the battery and leave it like this. So this way, if you want to redo your moves, all the information is here. As I previously set up, it was from here to there, something like that. Should stop right here. There you go. Now, what kind of brick do you buy? I have a 12 volt, 3 amp brick, as long as the plug is 2.5 millimeters, so it fits here. But you don't need to buy a 3 amp power supply. The reason why I bought a 3 amp, because I thought this thing would take a lot of current, right? But I'm gonna measure how much electricity and amperage this thing takes. The motor is set to 100%. So in watts, you're looking at only 7 watts. That's all the thing takes. And also the amps is as little as 0.12 amps or 120 milliamps. So if you want to buy a brick that's 12 volts, 1 amp, that's plenty of juice for this motor here, okay? As long as the barrel, which is this, gotta be 2.5 millimeters, not the 2.1. And most sellers on Amazon, they will describe on the picture, they will say here 2.5 millimeter and 5.5 outside. That concludes my tech support on this. Again, this is not a review, this is more like a way for you guys to make your slider better than it came from the factory, because it takes some tweaks. And my videos, they're not usually the same that everybody's doing on YouTube. I pretty much guarantee you what I'm talking about here, nobody is as of today. So most of my reviews, I believe they are more helpful than what the other people are doing, at least relating to this slider here. And so please like and subscribe. It helps to grow the channel. And have a good night, and thank you for watching.